for you to make this much saving from Lambda invocations. So you must be running a pretty high number of concurrent executions for your Lambda functions.
Yeah, we do lots of processing.
Okay. Can you share like what kind of a ballpark number? Are we talking about tens of thousands requests per second? Well, concurrent executions, or is it much more than that?
No, like around that. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that I think a lot of people would say is that, okay, when you're running at that kind of scale, would it make more sense for you to move your code into containers so that it's even more cost efficient than your Lambda functions?
Yeah, this comes up all the time. And these people may be right, by the way. I'll come back in 3 years and I'll say, I look at Lambda as the most hands-off thing available from AWS. I had a consultant sit with me and go through EC2 autoscaling. And it looked amazing. All the stuff you can do, spinning up new containers and everything. But what happens when it goes wrong? And it might be my lack of experience with that particular service that you might turn around and say, what do you mean? It won't go wrong. You're going to be fine. But right now, I'm completely hands-off with Lambda. I never get paged at 2 a.m. and have to wake up and turn my computer on and try and fix things. I get this feeling of EC2 that it's more... It requires more from me or from team members. And at that point, I then think, okay, well, it's not a managed service. So AWS aren't handling it. It's on me if something goes wrong. I don't want to be on call. So I'm going to have to hire people in different areas of the world so they can have 24/7 coverage. And then that becomes top tier DevOps are going to cost a lot of money. We don't want to do that. And so until we can get Lambda close to what it would cost us for 2 to 3 full-time DevOps engineers, we're not going to consider it. Yes. Subject to change, by the way. I try to keep an open mind with this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that people often forget about. And that's why when I talk about cost, I often bring up the whole total cost of ownership, because, you can save, $500 per month from your Lambda invocations, from your Lambda cost by moving to containers. But then if you've got to hire a guy for 10 grand a month, then you're minus $9,500 per month down on your total cost of ownership. But because one is they're going to different budgets. So I think a lot of times people don't look at it the same way, because one goes to staffing, one goes to your operational cost. But yeah, as a business owner, it totally makes sense for you to be thinking about, and I think you're doing it right, to be thinking about the total cost of ownership, not just in terms of staffing, but also in terms of the amount of cognitive workload and just burden and stress that you're going to put on yourself and your team.
As a business owner, that exactly. Engineers talk about self-hosting things. I don't self-host anything. Dude, we are literally, I just yesterday, I killed one of our EC2s that was handling some redirects, and I've moved it to CloudFront. It took a bunch of work, certificate provisioning and all that CloudFront functions to redirect, but I don't want to manage anything. We don't self-host a single, I think we have one self-hosted thing. No, we're killing that as well. We don't self-host anything. We would always pay a premium because, like you say, all the stress and the maintenance, it's not worth it for us. Total cost of ownership is everything.